My name is Collier Jennings. I am with But Why Though, a geek community.
Hi, Collier.
Hi,
Hi,
Collier.
Nathan. Hi, Nathan. Lizzie. Hi, Jaidyn. Um, I will guess I'll start. I'll ask Laci, like you joined the show in the first season as Carly's roommate and friendship, Harper. Did you have like how was this, was there like chemistry between you and Miranda, and did that affect what we saw on screen?
Yes, fortunately, Miranda and I are very simpatico. We like hanging out, we like doing things together. I had actually met Miranda maybe like a year before, like right before the pandemic started. We did a Snickers commercial, and I remember I was like staring at a hole and singing about Snickers, and then all of a sudden they just ushered Miranda Cosgrove in next to me and were like, teach her the song about the hole and the Snickers.
What?
Yes, so we did that. She was super cool. And then the next time I saw her was on Zoom testing for iCarly. And when we met in person, I remember she sat down like very close to me and she goes, hi. And we were just like friends after that. It was just like instant chemistry. We have a really good time together. And so it's like that with the rest of the cast too. We've all hung out at some point outside of work. I've met Nathan's babies, which I miss pinching. Oh my God, they're adorable. But it's great to have a cast that also feels like a family and mean that, like in a very real way. Great people.
Definitely. I can tell that's not fake, that you guys all have a great connection, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, my next question is for Nathan. What was it like stepping back into the role of Freddie after all that time?
It was pretty intimidating at first because it was really hard thinking, okay, this show is the same, but at the same time completely different. So how are you going to authentically portray this character that has undergone a huge span of time and also known, okay, he's been divorced twice, he's flat broke, lost out on every venture that he's ever gone on. So he's not this same, too much life has happened to him to be the same person. But I think ultimately by the end of the original show, Freddie and I were pretty much anything that I would say was kind of how Freddie would say it. We were pretty much the same person in a lot of ways. And so I just sort of knew, okay, I'm going to generally just try to ultimately be myself with some of the Freddie flair that I remember from the past. But I've gone through a decent amount of life in the same amount of 10 years. So I'm going to try to distill that into this experience. So that was the first part of it. But what I love so much about Freddie was, even though so many bad things happened to him, he still retained a very positive attitude, and it still made him, somehow he's still a hopeless romantic, and he still tries to see the positive side of everything. So yeah, it's been it was intimidating at first, and throughout the first season that question was still going through, but by the second season I think all of us had really sort of settled into this pattern of who we were. And even though our characters are continuing to change and evolve, I think we got a better sense of our identity by the end of the first season.
Cool, cool. And finally, my last question is for Jaidyn. You slipped so perfectly into the cast as Millicent, and I have to know, what's she gonna be up to in season two?
I would say that she's going through the ups and downs of the preteen phase. Just like Carly's going through, the adulthood and trying to figure out all that stuff. So she has her first crush on the show, and I think she's just going through this whole preteen phase just like me. So this season she's gonna be relatable.
All right, sounds great. Well, that will just about do it. I want to thank you all for the time, and I look forward to season two when it drops.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Collier, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Bye.